Hey, my friends, Tony back again. I want to share with you a little bit about the power of a word we call habits. You are what you habitually do, and what you habitually do is what you habitually think. So if you want to change your life, you obviously have to change your thinking. But I want to dive a little bit deeper into this about habits and the power of habits. I'm a John Maxwell coach. In fact, I'm an executive director for John Maxwell, and he shared on many occasions in the last several years one concept that I just have absolutely loved. He shared that everything worthwhile is uphill. So you just think about it. Is anything worthwhile is going to be an uphill battle, meaning you're going to have to put some more strength into going uphill than downhill. Yet we want everything downhill. But everything worthwhile in your life is uphill. And then he says this, he says, and unfortunately, many people have uphill dreams, but downhill habits. And you'll never, ever be able to achieve your dreams, your fullest potential, your greatest capacity without understanding the power of your downhill habits. So I want you to analyze today, what are my downhill habits? What are the things that I do that are so different from the highly successful people? There's another gentleman, his name is Albert Ian Gray. He was an insurance salesperson in the 70s, and he wrote an essay called The Common Denominator of Success. And in his essay to all of these successful insurance agents, he shared this: the common denominator of success, the secret of success of any man or woman who has ever been successful, lies in the fact that they formed the habit of doing the things that failures don't want to do. So think about, what are the things that failures don't want to do? They don't want to wake up early. But guess what highly successful people do? They wake up early. Why? Because they've made it a habit. Do they like waking up early? Maybe they do now, but I guarantee you when they started, they didn't. But they made it a habit where they don't have to think about it consciously anymore. It's now subconscious, and the body now just responds. Unsuccessful people don't want to contact people every day in their business. Successful people have just made it a habit. They don't like doing it either, but now it's a habit. They don't have to think about it. They just do it. So what are your uphill habits? What are your downhill habits? I want you to really analyze that today about your downhill habits, because that's what's holding you back. Do you watch TV every night for hours on end? Do you play video games on your phone? Do you scroll through social media constantly and incessantly that you just can't get enough of it? Do you have downhill habits regarding eating? Do you eat after 8 o'clock every night? Do you eat more than is needed? Do you exercise every day? Do you walk? What are your uphill and what are your downhill habits? You are your habits. So here's what I want you to do. In the comment section right now, I want you to put a comment. What is one downhill habit that you want to work on in your life? And guess what? I'm not ashamed to share with you downhill habits that I have. In fact, I just quit one. I had a downhill habit of a game called Golf Clash. I'm a huge golfer. I love it. And so I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I wonder what this game Golf Clash is. Don't ever download it. Highly addictive. I had to get it off my iPad. I had to get it off my phone because it was a downhill habit. And I saw it quickly developing in my life that I had to get it out. And so what are your downhill habits that you're willing to say, you know what, this needs to move along? And there's no embarrassment here. Okay, we're in a safe zone here. So just write it down. Say, Tony, this is my downhill habit I want to get rid of. And then we'll help you throughout the next maybe few segments here about talking about how do I change my downhill habits. And we'll help you do that. But the first thing you got to do is you got to figure out what is the one downhill habit that I want to change right now and go fix it. So on a couple of these other segments, I'm going to share with you maybe some uphill habits, because every downhill habit has to be replaced by an uphill habit. So what are some of the uphill habits that highly successful people do every day that makes them so successful? Come join us and I'll let you know.